It's a paper town, paper houses and paper people.
Margot loved mysteries. Maybe she loved them so much, she became one.
She's gone.
When was the last time you saw Margot?
Cara, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you very much
this
for having
morning.
me.
And Paper
Bright
Towns.
and early.
I know. Very early, far too early. Paper Towns.
Yes.
I got to see it. I know it's not out yet.
Good.
It's brilliant. I wish there had been a movie like this when I was a teenager.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. That's lovely.
It's sort of a great, inspiring story, but also it's got a brilliant message behind it, doesn't it?
It
Is
does
that
indeed.
what attracted you to the project initially?
The first time I read it, I really fell in love with the characters, first of all. It wasn't really until I kind of got to set and we were all there where the messages kind of became clear and the real feelings kind of came out on set, and it was really wonderful to kind of watch that transformation happen.
Because you play Margot, who sort of on the face of it is the girl that has everything.
Right.
But actually, as the movie sort of goes on, you learn that that's not really the case.
It's basically about, you know, kind of making up fantasies about people and seeing a person that isn't really the way they are, basically. And Margot, you know, in the beginning, you watch the film and you're like, oh gosh, and you as a viewer actually feel the same until the end, and you're like, oh yeah, it's a good point. It's kind of weird.
You also have a lot of fun because Margot is pretty outrageous, bit of a prankster, and I've read that you've said that you related a lot to her in your teenage years.
The reason how I really related to Margot as well is when I read the script, I'd actually said a lot of the lines before.
Really?
Which, in my real life, which is really disconcerting when you're reading a script. You're like, who's listening to me? Like, kind of weird. And then a lot of my friends as well kind of inspired me in ways, reminded me of her as a character.
And she's a prankster. Did you get up to that sort of business?
Oh yeah, I love a good prank.
What was the worst one you did?
My dad, you know that thing they do like the rich list? My sister and I edited like a picture of him and did this whole thing and stuck it over the thing in the rich list as like one of the main pages and put it on the table in the morning at home.
And did he believe it?
He screamed. He was like, what is this doing? And it said some ridiculous number and he was just like, this is not true. Who's told them this? I can't believe I'm actually, like, it was really funny. My father's so cute.
And I guess you must have got up to a lot because you were at boarding school as a teenager as well, weren't you? So I guess as a teenager it puts even more pressure on you potentially.
Yeah, boarding school was so fun, especially since there weren't a lot of us there. It was a really like kind of tight community, all ages, and everyone kind of knew each other. There was a lot of pranks that went down there, for sure. As well, because I feel like pranks, in this movie it's about getting revenge, but I use pranks as like for people that I love. You know, I love to torture people I love.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, because the theme of revenge is definitely there in the movie. What's your take on that? I mean, do you sort of believe that's a good way to deal with breaking up with someone, or, you know, or is it actually just better to move on gracefully?
It's not a good way to deal with it. I think the best revenge is being happy and success and moving on.
Now, the other great thing about your character is that for a lot of people, they will be used to seeing you glamorous and photo shoots on the catwalk and all of that sort of thing. But actually, Margot is a real tomboy. And I believe, actually, you're more comfortable like that. You know, she's in jeans and a T-shirt sort of girl.
I always thought Margot was one of those people, like, if she's the popular girl, but she wasn't that kind of girl that wore heels to school and a tight skirt, because that's not her.
Yeah.
Also, I'm kind of the same. You know, modelling is my job. It's what I do, but really I don't care at all about fashion. I love it, but it's not something that bothers me that much. If I had a choice, I wouldn't wear makeup and I just slump around in my pizza pajamas all day.
Just do it.
And just
do
hang
it.
out, yeah.
I'd be more than happy if you're here in your pajamas this morning.
Trust me, I wanted to, but I wasn't allowed to.
I would have loved